Good evening and welcome, and a very special 70th birthday hello to Doris. She's a big Only Connect fan. She doesn't exist, but a focus group said that I should try to appear more human. Some would say that it's too late now because these are the semi-finals and the series is nearly over. But hey-ho, let's meet tonight's semi-finalists. On my right, Oliver Levy, a freelance designer who broke his thumb on the way to a buzzer quiz. Bob DeCoe, a maths graduate who's been hit in the face by a can of beer. And their captain, Matt Loxham, a research scientist who once broke his finger on his own pocket. United by a passion for pop music, they are the Poptimists. Well done for making the semi-final. What are your team's strengths? What are you hoping will come up during tonight's quiz?
Stuff we've been preparing on, so Beethoven's operas, Oscar Wilde's novels and the England managerial career of Sam Allardyce would be nice.
Excellent. I'll see what I can do. You will be playing on my left. Charlotte Jackson, a Blackadder fan who shares her birthday with Vladimir Putin. Emma Harris, a radio enthusiast who passed her driving test on the 5th attempt and has barely driven since. And their captain, Rebecca Shaw, a student in specialised translation who has broken her arm 3 times in 7 months. United in their devotion to the doctor, they are the Time Ladies. Well done for making the semi-final. What are your team's strong points?
Well, I've got my lovely teammates to answer questions on all manner of subjects, and I'm here in case of a tie-break.
Excellent. Yes, you were very good at those tie breaks.
2 out of 3 so far.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. My blood pressure couldn't take it. You won the toss, Poptimists, but you're throwing your opponents in first. So, Time Ladies, please choose a hieroglyph.
Eye of Horus, please.
Eye of Horus. The difficulty will go up a notch over the course of the evening. It is the semi-finals. Good luck, everyone. What is the connection between these clues? Time starts now.
Next, please.
Maybe have a change of name or something.
Possibly, maybe move on.
Next, please.
That's
So has the name changed?
I don't know, but that's kind of like a redundant acronym. It doesn't T stand.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Next, please.
What do they? Is there a name?
Oh, that's always referred to as MCC without the club. So maybe they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
We think these are all things that are referred to by only part of their name.
Not it, I'm afraid. So, Poptimists, you've got the chance for a bonus point.
Lords?
Not it either. It is to do with the names. These are zombie names. They refer to entities that no longer exist. So you were talking about Middlesex. Middlesex no longer exists as a county, but there's still a Middlesex County Cricket Club, an MCC. MOT test. MOT is for Ministry of Transport. It's not called that anymore. Department of Transport, various other names. Woolworth Building in New York City. Obviously, there is no Woolworths. That's disappeared. And OBE, the British Empire, I suppose. The zombie names, they all refer to entities that no longer exist. Okay. Poptimists, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK. These are going to be picture clues. What do they have in common? Here's the first.
Next. There's a large intestine, there's a colon. Punctuation marks?
Yeah, so it's just punctuation marks and comma.
Do we want the next one?
Did you think it was a comma? Yeah.
Do we want the next one? Presumably. Do you want the next one?
No,
I think that's too easy. Really? Up to you.
Feels all right.
Sure. Punctuation marks. Punctuation marks.
Did someone over there say, I think that's too easy?
Yeah.
It is punctuation marks. I'm sorry, the quiz is too easy for you. I'll see what I can do later on in the show. But for now, can you talk me through what we're looking at?
Well, that's the second picture is the large intestine, or the colon. The first picture?
That would be a comma, and the third is presumably an inverted comma.
Well, that's exactly right. Yes, Polygonia sea album. It's a butterfly known as the comma because of these marks on its wings. Look like commas. And in the third picture, we've inverted the colour, so that's an inverted comma. And what's at the end there?
Brackets.
They're brackets. So all the pictures represent punctuation marks. And I'll see what I can do to rustle up some harder questions as the evening goes on. Back to you, Time Ladies, for a choice.
Water, please.
Water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Yeah, but I don't recognise that.
Next, please.
Maybe yeah, it looks slightly like people were making them. Yeah.
Next, please.
Are they all named after people? Yeah.
this species named after musicians?
Yes, they are. You didn't need to see the last one, that famous spider, Luredia. But tell me about the creatures we can see.
The first one is presumably Bono.
Yes, it's a spider in the Joshua Tree National Park. Maybe why they thought to call it after Bono. What about that second one?
James.
Don't know. Yeah,
James Brown.
There goes James.
It's James Brown, Iago Badius. That's Latin for James Brown. And Funko, they've just added to the beginning of Triplogynium. It's a mite. And third one?
Presumably Lady Gaga.
It's a wasp named after Lady Gaga. All creatures named after popular musicians. Well done. Poptimists, what would you like?
Horned viper, please.
OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next. So that he's in Game of Thrones. Do you know Game of Thrones?
No.
Do you know Game of Thrones?
No.
So I get the next one then. Next. So is it how they died?
Kings that were killed. Well, I don't know.
How did he?
By their wives.
By their wives. Was he killed by his wife?
Was his daughter? Was it
Daughter.
two seconds?
Next.
Their sons.
These are people
Spit it out.
were killed by their wives.
They're not people who were killed by their wives. Time, ladies, would you like to have a go?
Are they people who sacrificed or were going to sacrifice their children?
They offered their children for sacrifice. That's absolutely right. Abraham, the famous one there, was offering Isaac, but God spared him and he was allowed to sacrifice a ram instead. Not such good news for the ram, I suppose. What can you tell me about the other clues?
Stannis Baratheon sacrificed his daughter.
In Game of Thrones,
yes.
in the TV show.
Yeah. The first one I wanted to say was Egyptian.
He was a king of Sweden, a mythical king of Sweden, who apparently sacrificed 9 or 10 of his children in order to live longer. And Agamemnon, well, the play, the Euripides Iphigenia et Aulis, that's the story of Agamemnon offering his daughter for sacrifice. So well done for the bonus, and what would you like for your own question?
Twisted flax, please.
Twisted flax. OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Your histories.
Next, please. Next, please. Next, please.
Two seconds.
Types of tape.
They are not types of tape, but well done for having a go. Poptimists, do you have an idea?
Not share films.
Share films. Oh, is there one called Mask? Yes, I think there might be. This is an evil question, by which I mean these words are all synonyms for words that are anagrams of evil. It's not mask, it's veil. Vile for horrid, live for survive, evil for wicked, veil for face covering. All of those words are anagrams of evil. And speaking of evil, of course, you'll have noticed that a resounding silence has met the choice of every other question, which means the lion must be the music, and that's coming your way. There it is. What do these clues have in common? Here's the first.
Next.
A man must fall in love to be born again.
Next. Next.
Thunderball, your fiery breath can burn the coldest man. And who's going to suffer from the power in your hand?
2 seconds.
Go on. James Bond films.
I need to hear something specific.
They're rejected themes from.
They are rejected themes. What did we hear?
There was Spectre by Radiohead.
Spectre by Radiohead, but it was actually the Sam Smith track Writings on the Wall that was chosen instead. That was actually the first Bond theme that made it to #1. And what were the others?
Is Johnny Cash with Thunderball?
That's right, yes.
and the other two, I had no idea.
Quite tricky. The first one, For Your Eyes Only, Blondie. That'd have been great if Blondie had done a Bond theme, but that was rejected. And the second one, there were extra clues there. You Only Live Twice, Lorraine Chandler. Some of the words are the same in the one that was taken. Nancy Sinatra, I think, recorded it, but the arrangement and the tune are different. Very well done. Rejected Bond themes. That means at the end of round one, the Time Ladies have 3 points, the Poptimists have 4. Sequences now, and Time Ladies, you'll be going first again, so please choose a hieroglyph.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. OK, you'll be seeing up to 3 clues because I want to know what comes forth. Here's the first.
Next, please.
No, does it the last one?
Next, please.
Because Russia's so big, and we could do lots of different ones. It could be, I know.
90. Germany.
That's certainly not the right answer, I'm afraid. So, Poptimist, do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
90 Bangladesh.
Why do you say Bangladesh?
We were thinking of the lines of latitude that run through, these degrees that run through these particular locations.
Yes? Well, you're thinking rightly. You also need to think about the degrees longitude, because it's both. At 0 degrees longitude and latitude, you'd be in the Gulf of Guinea. At 30 at both those lines, Egypt. At 60, Russia. At 90, North Pole, which is 90 latitude. Of course, it's all the longitude, so it could be anything. But North Pole is the answer. So no bonus for you, Poptimists, but what question would you like?
We'll take the Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. OK, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next. Unless that's 3 people, so to do one more together.
Just a check.
Next. It's 4 people. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Between those 2 dates, though.
No, was that when they were dates 2?
Oh, and was it 1 male, 1 female as well? Does it matter?
So
Was it 2 and 2?
2. So are they all 2?
Well, that one.
What we got?
2 seconds.
yeah.
1 man and his dog.
I will explain to you later why I absolutely cannot accept that answer. But in the meantime, Time Ladies, would you like to have a go for a bonus?
The founders of the Gates Foundation.
And why would that be?
Because there are one married couple, Bill and Melinda
That's
Gates.
a lovely answer. We simply had honeymooners, a married couple, and at time of recording, one man and his dog cannot be legally married, so I can't take that answer. Now, I think when you were looking at the crew of the Ark, you were thinking of Noah and his wife, but you were forgetting about Shem, Ham and Japheth and their wives, so that's 4 married couples. Next clue is the 8-born play about 3 married couples. ABBA was at one time 2 married couples, so we need here 1 married couple. Honeymooners, Bill and Melinda Gates, a lovely example. Well done. So you get the bonus, and you get a choice of question.
Water, please.
Water. This is going to be a series of pictures. What sort of thing would you expect to see in the 4th picture? Here's the first.
Next, please. Next, please.
Is the woman Hayley Hasselhoff, perhaps? G-G-H-H-O. Jermaine Jackson or something.
Jermaine Jackson. A photo of Jermaine Jackson.
Would not be in a sequence, I'm afraid. So, Poptimist, a bonus chance for you.
Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family.
Lovely. We've gone with Sheffield Wednesday. What's happening here?
Got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in different languages.
Exactly right. That's Placido Domingo. His name means Sunday.
Heidi Montag.
Heidi Montag. I mean, good knowledge. Apparently, she is an American TV personality who had 10 cosmetic surgery procedures in one day, including nose job, breast enlargements, and liposuction on her thighs and fat injected into her cheekbones. I mean, I'm lucky to get mascara on this show. She had all that done for American television. And the third one, Mardi Gras, Mardi, Tuesday in French. So Wednesday in any language, you went with English. I can't say I blame you. Well done. And you had a question of your own. What would you like?
The lion, please.
The lion. OK. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
But it's also this way. Next. Is that orange? So is it going to be red? Well, I think we probably need to have another. Yeah. Next. So red. Could be blue. But they're also different levels now. So just to do with flags.
2 seconds.
Azure in the middle.
Not it, I'm afraid. Time, ladies, do you know?
Yep, ardent in the middle.
It wouldn't be. It would be 10A again. We are looking at a traffic light. That's why it's going down, but in heraldic colour. So gules is red. Next, you get gules in 10A, amber or orange. Then vert by itself for green. And then after that, the traffic lights go back to orange, 10A again. Time, ladies, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
It's not anything to do with random. 25 is Y. I don't know who ever.
Next, please. Next, please.
Two seconds. I can't give you long.
22 Ben M.
Not right, I'm afraid. Poptimus, would you like to have a go?
22 John P.
Not it. You were talking early on about France. You know it's about shortened names. They are presidents of France. That's what the numbers are. 25th president of France, Emmanuel Macron. Going backwards, François Hollande, Fran H. It's just the first 4 letters of the name. 23, Nicolas Sarkozy. So we want 22, Jacques C. Jacques Chirac. One question remains for you. It is the horned viper. But it's good news for everyone because it's a music sequence, yes. That was the last of round 1. It'll be the last of round 2. What sort of thing would you expect to hear in 4th place? Here's your first clue.
Now in the street there is violence, and none of work done.
Next.
When they kick at your front door, how you gonna come?
It's not the Victoria line, is it? So we want minutes. Next.
Anytime you'll Lambeth way,
It's going up.
anything, any day, you'll find us all.
Is it going up to Waterloo? Waterloo, maybe?
Every little Lambeth
Yeah,
gal
Waterloo would be the
with
song.
a little.
An excerpt of Waterloo by ABBA.
I can't take it, I'm afraid. Time, ladies, would you like to have a go?
Warwick Avenue by Duffy.
That is further away. Why do you say Waterloo?
Well, they're about areas of London. They seem to be heading from Brixton, well, Electric Avenue into Brixton, up Lambeth, towards the river. So we were thinking Waterloo.
But they're not going in a single direction. They're going outwards. Electric Avenue is in Brixton, which is in Lambeth. And Lambeth is not in Waterloo, it is in London. I might have taken a smaller area of London, but we want to go outwards rather than across. And London, for example, London Pride. Or a lovely one, maybe London Bridge is falling down. Let's have a blast of that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Oh, you shouldn't. You're too kind. Nothing falling down here. Everyone is quizzing very well. And at the end of round 2, the Time ladies have 4 points, the Poptimists have 5. And on we go to the semi-final, connecting walls, and it'll be the Poptimists to go first this time. So you've got the choice, lion or water.
We'll take the water wall, please.
You have 2.5 minutes to solve the water wall, starting now.
So what about skiing? People who wear people who wear clothes, capes. What about
about characters in Greek mythology?
Well, you've got, well, Ollie, what have you got?
So Dalai Lama, saffron, Garfield, orange. Well, no, it's in orange.
Vera, Mina, the anagrams of women's names. I don't know.
Vera, Mina.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't see any others. Napoleon, Strauss, and Napoleon. Is there a Trotsky animal from there?
No.
I don't think so.
Well, so you've got Greek, well, Electra Hero.
Electra Hero, Adonis.
Yeah.
Ovid? No. He was a
Rain
poet.
for
Well,
Rabbit.
poet.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
else was
I
a
see.
poet? Is there a Garfield?
Strauss, maybe?
Who's Mina?
Idi Amin.
Idi Amin. Well, Andrew Strauss or Richard Strauss is the older and the younger.
Yeah.
Ravel, add on.
Ravel.
Herod, if you add on a T. Oh, but no.
Okay.
So should we try some orange things again?
Yeah, Bitter, Super, Dalai Lama, Garfield, and
Just keep trying the song, I guess.
wasn't Trotsky an animal in
Well, this is Animal Farm, but I wondered if it was. But
no, but in no, it wasn't. Sorry.
Strauss, Napoleon.
Amin.
10
Napoleon's
seconds.
a pig. They're pigs. I don't think.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And the time is up. So close, but you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. There you go. Armin, Trotsky, Dalai Lama, Ovid.
These people who wore cloaks. They wrote Metamorphoses.
It's not that, nothing to do with the clothes either. They're all people who were exiled. Idi Amin in Saudi Arabia, Trotsky in Mexico, and so on. They were exiled. And the next group, Napoleon, Electra, Superman, God.
They're all complexes.
They are psychological complexes, exactly so. And the next group, Lou, Hero, Bitter, Rave.
And add an N to make a bird.
I mean, you added an L to make a composer, a D to make a king, but it's an N for a bird. Loon, Heron, Bittern, Raven. And the last group, Strauss, Motion, Adonis, Garfield.
Andrew.
They are all Andrews, and you talked about the two Strausses. Andrew, we were thinking of. So you didn't find any groups, but you have given me 3 connections on this difficult wall. Let's bring in their opponents now and give them the other wall, the lion wall, and see how they get on with it. Time, ladies, you have 2.5 minutes, starting now.
Okay, volleyball.
There's birds.
Yeah,
Done
trigger
that by
was
Raven.
Hillary
We've got
Swank.
Laura,
Yeah,
there's
bird. Just the bird, isn't it? Rook, Raven, Jackdaw.
a face up in the crow family.
Could be.
Sophie Magpie.
Okay.
Let's move
Okay.
on.
Oh, magpie as well.
Yeah, there's a colour
Yes,
as well,
sorry.
yeah.
Bluster, boast, swank, that kind of gloat. Bluster, boast, lob. No, I don't. Okay.
Chuff, maybe chuff.
Chuff. So what do we think? We've got Trigger's a horse.
Yes.
I don't see any others. Bluster.
Also, many falls on horses, but I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's a.
Volley is tennis.
Volley, yeah.
Lob.
Lob, yes.
Drive.
Yes. Try chuff again. Could this might be a word one because there's driver and
Yeah.
or jowly. Jowly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll run through the birds again. I'll try. Okay.
Yes,
So bluster,
Bluster, boast. Crows, where you can crow
close.
something.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
3 lives now.
So,
Nothing with the chess with the rooks in.
volley, lob, drive.
Should we just
10
try?
Yeah,
seconds.
just try, yeah.
No.
Something
Okay.
We'll go. No, that's your 3 lives. The wall has frozen. What can you tell me about the first group? Magpie, Jackdaw, Chuff, Raven.
They're all birds of the same family.
Is it corvids?
They are all
Well done.
corvids. That's absolutely right. And the green group, Bluster, Swank, Crow, Gloat.
Words for boasting.
Words for bragging, exactly
bragging,
so. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. There we are. boast, lob, drive, volley.
Are these tennis shots?
They are not. I'm afraid they are squash shots. And boast is the weird one. And drive, you might think, is golf, but these are all in squash. And the last group, trigger, pooch, rook, jowl.
Thing pull, like pull with something?
They are not. It is a word one, but you would have to be a genius to spot it. We have added letters to characters from Winnie the Pooh. That's Tigger with an R, Pooh with a C, Roo with a K, and Owl with a J. Winnie the Pooh characters. But you found 2 groups and 2 connections. That's a total of 4. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Time Ladies have 8 points. The Poptimists have 8 points. So it will be the missing vowels that decide who goes into the final and who goes home. Incredibly close. Good luck, teams. Fingers on buzzers. I can tell you that the first group are all invaders of the British Isles. Optimists?
Claudius.
Correct. Time Ladies?
Bonnie, Prince Charlie.
Correct. Optimists?
Matilda.
Yes, it is. Optimists?
Harold Hardrada.
Correct. Next category, things with coloured squares. Optimists?
Rubik's Cube.
That's right. Time Ladies?
Scrabble board.
Correct. You don't know this famous painting, Mondrian's Broadway Boogie Woogie? Next clue. Time Ladies?
Microsoft logo.
Correct. Next category, parts of the anatomy named after people. Optimists?
Fallopian tube.
Correct. Time Ladies?
Achilles tendon.
Correct. Time Ladies?
Eustachian tube.
Correct. Time Ladies?
Adam's apple.
Yes, it is. Next category, winners of the Oscar for Best Picture with the sex changed. Time Ladies?
Godmother.
Yes, it is. Time Ladies?
Midnight Cowgirl.
Correct. That's the end of the quiz. And looking at the final scores, the winners with 16 points and going to the final are the Time Ladies. Very, very well done. And in second place with a very impressive 13 points in this very difficult quiz, it's the Poptimists. And of course, you're not going home. You'll be back for the all-important third place playoff later in the series. Time Ladies, you are in the final. Very well quizzed. Thanks very much for watching. And coming up next on BBC Two, in a change to the published schedule, it's a celebration of Michael Portillo's 10 years in television, with a package of highlights from some of his greatest programmes, which, with his characteristic modesty, have remained unrepeated and largely forgotten until now. That's Michael Portillo, his best bits uncovered, next on BBC Two.